Status quo.
Hate it. You know, what's the fun in doing it the way it's always been done? And from a business perspective, if something hasn't changed forever, particularly with the way technology always is moving forward, if it hasn't changed, that means somebody hasn't thought it through, because there's always a better way, right? And if I can figure it out, then you know, it's an opportunity for me, and it's something interesting to do. Whether it's the NBA coming in and, you know, I remember I walked in, I'm saying, guys, we don't sell basketball. Oh, yes, we do. This is the basketball. No, man. You sell little kids and families standing up screaming and yelling. What's the best time of the garden? When they're going, let's go Knicks, right? And when they walk out of the door and their hands are sore and their throats are sore from yelling, that's the best experience. You remember your first games. It's like when you were talking to Spike Lee. You know, he remembers the games, but he doesn't remember the scores. You don't remember. You remember who you're with and how much fun it was. You know, the status get better. I went to the NBA and I said, what do you guys think about this? I want to be able to play some extra exhibition games, but I want to go to football stadiums in non-NBA towns and play outside. Just a pick up, you know, kind of like a friendly game, friendly match outside like they do in soccer. $10 a ticket. We'll go to, you know, Louisville, Kentucky, University of Kentucky, wherever, 60,000, 100,000 people at $10 a head, give the money to charity, and just have a good old time and just build up the NBA, a good natured feeling towards the NBA, and let the guys go out and have fun. They're like, no. You know, if it's in business, whether it's the movie business, I got 2 kids now. I can't get to the movies like I like to go. I'm like, but why can't I buy a DVD the same day it's in theaters?
Right.
I'm like, we should do that. And so that's what we started to do. You see all the advertising for a movie, you think, I'd like to go see that. But you can't get out of the house, you got a game, you got kids, right? Now, if you can spend money to say, okay, if that DVD can show up at my door the same day it's in the theaters, even if I have to pay a little bit more, you can be like, yeah, I can watch it with the kids, you know, and the kids can see Ice Age at the same time as their friends, and you don't have to drag them to the theaters, right?
I see you never dress up. So when you got when do you put on the suit?
We had a tux and tennies the other night with the Mavericks. I went to the Oscars. I had a tux on. You know, probably twice a year.
Twice a year.
I mean, you know what? It's like here's my feeling. Anybody who's got even a little bit of money can buy a suit.
Exactly.
It don't take anything, you know. And I'd rather just be comfortable. I don't have anything to prove to anybody. I remember when my first company sold. It never even dawned on me, but all my old friends became my new best friends, right? Kids I hadn't heard from in 15 years were knocking on my door. And when I got that B next to my name.
Hold on. When you was 32?
When I was, no, it wasn't 31? 32, 28 when I made that first. And
when you made
30
that
when
first million?
Yeah, 30 when I sold it.
And when you made that first
39,
billion, 39. I hit you with the 40. You said, hold up. Don't take that year from me, 39. Okay.
I know, because that was important to me at the time.
39 years old, a billionaire.
This company, Broadcast.com, we had gone public, and it was the biggest IPO in the history of the stock market. So one day I'm sitting there, and I'm in front of my computer, and I noticed the stock price. And it was early, and I had some stuff to do, and I was just sitting in my house, and literally I was naked in front of my computer, right? And the stock price kept on going up, and I'm thinking, I'm naked, and if it hits this, I forget what the number was, but if it hits that number, I'm worth $1 billion. So I'm hitting this key going, hit it, and then hit it, and I'm like doing my little naked dance running around, because I was a billionaire, and I just kept on thinking to myself, the price might go back down, and it may never ever happen again, but that one moment. And then when we sold the company, it was like, a lot of people were like, oh, let the stock go up, right? I'm like, how much money do I need, right? It's just like, so I'm going to do all this financial stuff to protect it, as opposed to trying to make it into more, and I did. And when the internet stocks all cratered and the bubble burst, I was still protected, and then, but it was tied up. And then I got to the point where it was liquid, right? Where I had it in cash. In cash. In cash. And that's what I was saying. I remember going out with some friends, and the last thing I remember was
the last thing you remember from that night,
right? Was taking somebody had a pocket knife, and we were at this just beer joint that had just wooden tables or whatever, just peanuts on the floor type place, and we sold the company for $5.7 billion, right? And I just carved into the table. These guys were standing around, 5.7 in the B, right? And so I can go back to that place to this day, and there it is.
I appreciate it, man. I'm so happy you came on Stars on Stars.
Man, it's my pleasure.
Thanks a lot, man.
My pleasure.
Bless. Great show.